Hi everyone, Gretchen Dizer here with Healing Point Massage. So we're going to talk about the neck and the head placement on the spine today. And we're going to be applying that first principle of self-healing, which is balance and alignment today. So oftentimes what a lot of people struggle with when they have neck pain, when they have jaw pain, any kind of TMJ, temporal mandibular joint pain or tension, neck, even some shoulder stuff and rotator cuff stuff, rib stuff, upper ribs. A lot of that is caused and exacerbated, headaches too, by something called forward head posture. And that's a big issue for us in our culture, in our society. So much of what we do is in front of us. So our heads are dropped forward, stretches out the back of the neck, and for every inch forward that our head is, it's about 10 extra pounds of pressure on these muscles in the back of our head. So I have a picture here of the back of the neck, and you'll see that all of these muscles up in here come down pretty far and they stretch out pretty far. So that's why this has so much of an impact on the upper back, the shoulders even, when it comes down to it. So here I have the spine, and we can see a nice neutral alignment here. There are three main balance points in the body. The first one is up here in the skull area where the jaw kind of comes in. The second one is down here at the pelvis, and the third is down in the ankles and in the feet. Today we're going to be talking about this first balance point right up in here. Now at the base of our skull, right in here in this ridge, if you take your hand, you can feel the back of your head. You can feel there's a ridge back there. Just underneath that is a big hole in the base of our skull. It's called the foramen magnum. Foramen means hole and magnum means big. So it just means a big hole. And that hole is where our spine is able to insert into our head. And our head, our skull, kind of floats on top of the spine at that point. So that's what we're going to be focusing on today with a stretch called the turtle. So this is a stretch and it's an alignment position, and with a forward head posture, our head is coming forward like this. And what we're going to be doing is placing the head in a more proper alignment, which, as you can see, involves me pulling my ears back and my jaw back. Okay, and that's going to help to relieve a lot of this pressure on these muscles, which when the head is forward, they're working really, really hard to pull the head back up to support. And so much of what we do in front of us, our arms are dropped and twisted forward, so there's extra stretch and they're working hard. So this really helps to relieve a lot of that tension and stress on those muscles and the pressure on those muscles. Okay, so we're going to start by first finding a nice comfortable position where your tailbone is connected with whatever surface that you're resting on. And taking a nice deep breath in, you're going to notice that connection that you have with your surface. And on your exhale, sink down into the surface you're resting on. Really feel the tailbone rooting down into the ground, whatever surface you're on, and really feel that connection. Another deep breath in. And as you exhale, let your weight sink down just a little bit more. Now you're going to just touch the spine from two different areas and kind of bring your hand up to the base of your skull. And take your thumbs and place them on that ledge. And what we're going to do now as we inhale is just gently lift at the back of the skull and feel the spine stretching in two different directions. And as you exhale, keep that length in the back of the head. We'll do that one more time. Deep breath in, stretching the spine in two directions, and exhale with that new length. Now you'll notice that my chin has dropped as I've lifted up at the occiput, at the ridge at the back of my neck. So what I'm going to do now is inhale, and as I inhale, I'm just going to let my chin rise as if it's floating to the surface. So if I'll turn it to the side, and then you can exhale. Turn to the side. You'll see as I come in, as I pull my head in, there's a space created here. There's more length created in the back of my neck. But as this chin is down, we want to allow it to come up and meet. And then I can pull back a little bit more and settle into this. So right now, this might feel a little bit uncomfortable to you. But the spine is meant to have a natural little bit of a curvature there. And so even though it might feel that you're really, really far back, as long as you're lifting at the occiput and allowing the chin to just settle up, kind of float to the surface, not to the point where you're strained, but where it's just level, okay? That's gonna release a lot of that tension on the neck and shoulders throughout there. So there's also some self-massage that you can do here, taking your fingertips. You can drop from your cheekbone down into this indentation where the jaw comes and meets the maxilla and the mandible, where they meet here in the skull. And I just do some nice circular motions in here, and that really helps to loosen everything up. Another thing you can do that I like to do is kind of hook my thumbs very, very gently under the mandible. And what I'm going to do is just slide my fingertips down as if I'm pressing toothpaste through a tube. And that's a really nice feeling. It's kind of a myofascial feeling. You can feel it stretching out the tissue all around your face and skull. You can do some ear pulls, and really what you're thinking of doing is stretching out this whole area in here, and all that helps to release the jaw as well. Now with that turtle, you're thinking about pulling the ears back, lifting at the occiput, letting the chin rise to the surface like it's floating up, and then you can add a little stretch using your breath, inhaling in, exhaling, letting your ear drop towards your shoulder, feeling the weight in your shoulders, feeling the weight in the side of your head, and using your breath to guide you. Inhaling, exhaling, and letting the ear drop a little bit more. Still pulling back, lifting at the occiput, at the base, and using your breath to guide you back to a central point. You're going to repeat it on the other side. Deep breath in, pulling the ears back, exhale, dropping to the opposite side. Inhale, pull the ears back, exhale, drop, really opening the side of the body to the ceiling and returning back to a natural position. You can play with that standing. You can play with the stretch in a few different angles to get those different muscles in the back, but always remember to line it up first, line up the spine first, root yourself, feel the spine moving in two different directions, and use your breath. So don't push through anything that's uncomfortable. Find the edge of any discomfort and just hang out there using your breath to sink into it, trusting your body to hold you up.